So this is going to be a longer video, and if you don't have the attention span, just scroll now. I had a commenter on my YouTube channel ask this question, and he's asking, do I implement it like mentally? Do I put it on my Tinder profile when I first meet girls? Am I saying it when I'm approaching girls? What's going on? How do I set that up? For the people that haven't seen that video, the video is talking about the red velvet rope policy, where instead of setting up a wall like most men do, because women that are really good at destroying or taking down walls are usually the ones that hurt men, using a red rope policy is a lot better because you're more on the offensive. And think of like a club where you're letting girls in and you have standards and boundaries and things like that. So to go into answering the question, how do I implement it? So no, it's not really on my Tinder bio. I mean, my Tinder bio is really just saying that I'm a dom and talking about that, being very blunt and honest about it. So that does kind of do a red velvet rope in the fact that I don't date vanilla people. But in conversations, either when I'm approaching a woman or when I'm talking to them on Tinder, I make it very obvious very, very quickly that I, in fact, have multiple women. Also, things come in like the fact I don't deal with second-class behavior. That comes up in conversations just naturally, organically, that I can put in. I also use whenever a situation happens and a girl does something that I do not accept or do not want within my dynamic, I tell them. I don't toss them like Red Pill does, like, oh, she did this, so you just get rid of her. I don't do that. I say, hey, this is a boundary of mine. Understand if it's not something that you want to, obey or do. But if this behavior continues to go on and there is no improvement, I will in fact dump you. Or I will in fact kill attraction between you and I so that you leave anyways. Now, to widen the scope out, even with my friendships, all my friends know that I have certain requirements to be my friend. I don't like gossip or constantly digging on other people. I don't like constant drama. I don't like people causing fights and arguments and issues around me. I like loyalty, and I'm very loyal to other people, and I expect that loyalty back. My word is gold. If I say something, it will happen. I will never fucking sway off of it. Now, even with my friendships, sometimes it's something that I say. I'll bring it up like, hey, my word's gold. I'll say something to somebody, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't think you were going to do that. I'll be like, my word's gold. So they know based on what I say and the actions that back it up, and the same thing happens with my relationships. In my mind, the only thing that is worth more than money is time. And spending too much time on a relationship or friendship that's going to go into the ground anyways is not interesting to me. So what I set up is a bunch of these fucking guidelines and boundaries of, hey, this is how I am to other people, and I expect you to do the same. I expect you to match up to my caliber. Here's an example. A lot of people say that my girls are naive or I'm manipulating them, that they're insecure and weak. But what you'll never see is one of my women going nuts on some other creator hate commenting in their videos, because I would never do that. See how it goes? I set the boundaries and the principles and structure, and I help teach them how to be better people. And to be fair, they teach me how to be a better person as well. But when you're able to do this, you create a relationship or friendship that is stronger than anything. As my friends say about my relationships, even though you have multiple girls, they burn stronger and hotter than any relationship I've ever seen. And a lot of the time, I'm also going to pepper this in here, it's talking about sitting down with your girls and talking about your standards, your morals, and what you care about, what you structure your life on, what your foundation is. Kind of like how I do on here. And I know it's a long video, but it was a deep question, and deep questions require deep answers. So once again, this is like your sixth time of asking a deep question, so appreciate it. It's nice to meet people when I'm constantly subject small minds. It's very nice to meet somebody that can actually think logically and ask questions that I enjoy answering.